Hello everyone. The topic that we are going to cover today is reported questions. So far, we have done direct and reported speech for simple statements, commanding and requesting sentences. This time we are going to see how do we change questioning sentences from direct speech to reported speech. Before we move on with this topic, let's just recap how we change the direct speech into reported speech. For the recap of this topic, I would like to show you these two examples. Mark said, "I am listening to music." This sentence is in direct speech, as it is also written under speech marks. The answer for this one, when we change it into reported speech, we're going to change it as Mark said that he was listening to music. So the changes that we have made here are, first of all, we have added the word that in the reported speech. Second change that we have made here is of the pronoun, that is, I has been changed into he. Third change that we have made here is of the tense. Initially the sentence was in present tense. Now here when we have changed it into reported speech, it has come into the past tense. And the fourth change that is there is the removal of the speech marks. For the second example, it says, Jim said, "I have to submit my work by tomorrow." For this, the answer is Jim said that he had to submit his work by the following day. Here again, the changes that we have made are, the first change is of the addition of the word that. Secondly, we have changed the pronoun I has been changed into he. Third change again from present tense, have is used in present tense. So here again we have made it into had, because we had to bring the sentence into past tense. That's what the rule says. Another change again that we have made of is the pronoun, that is my work has been changed into his work, since we were talking about Jim. And lastly, the time word, which was tomorrow there in the sentence, it has been changed into the following day. So that is how we change the direct speech into reported speech. So just recalling the basic changes that we make while changing the direct speech into reported speech. There's an addition of a word that. Pronouns are changed. Tense also changes from direct speech to reported speech when we are changing it. And if there's any time word, that is going to change as well. So now moving on to the reported questions. Whenever we change a direct speech of questioning sentences into reported speech, we make the same changes like we do in the normal sentences. We remove the speech marks. There's a change in the pronouns. There's a change in the tense, change in the time words as well, like we did in the example, like tomorrow was changed into the following day. But there's this one difference in these sentences, is that we never use that in reported questions. Alright, so we're going to see how do we make the changes in these sentences. Let's just move on with the topic. Before we go ahead, I would like to tell you one thing, that there are basically three types of questions. Now what these three types of questions are, first one is yes or no question. This is the kind of a question which can be answered in yes or no. For example, if I say, do you play football? So this question can be answered in yes or no. Yes, I play football, or no, I don't play football. Alright, so this is the one kind of a question, that is yes or no question. Second kind of question is that begins with the question word. If a question begins with the word what, who, where, how, it falls into this category, that is the question with question words. For such questions, we need to give proper answer. For example, if the question says, where do you live? These types of questions cannot be answered in yes or no. For these questions, we need to give proper answers. Alright. Third kind of question is the choice question. Choice questions, this is the kind of a question in which you are given a choice. For example, if I say, do you prefer coffee or tea? So here you have been given an option to pick one out of the tea and coffee. So this is the kind of a question. Alright, but in this question you have been given a choice to pick out of these two. So the changes that we make for whenever we change the direct speech into reported speech for such kind of questions, for yes or no question and the choice questions that you can see here, For these two specific kinds of questions, there's an addition of these words if and whether. These are the two words which are used in these types of questions. We'll see how. Alright. The first kind of question is yes or no question. For this one, the example that I've given here is James said to me, "Do you play football?" Answer for this one is James asked me if I played football. So the changes that we made here are, first change that we have made is of the verb said to has been changed into asked. Second change that we have made here is the addition of the word if. Like I told you, for the questions which can be answered in yes or no, we make an addition of the word that is if or whether. We can use any of these. Either if can be used here or whether, both have the same usage, so that doesn't make a difference here. Third change that we have made here is of the pronoun, that is you has been changed into I. Fourth change that we have made here is of the verb again, the tense. Initially it was in present tense. Now here in the reported speech we have brought it into the past tense. If you just look up to this sentence, you would find that we have not used the auxiliary which was do there. So we do not bring the auxiliaries into the reported speech. We omit that, and no question marks are used in the reported speech. Alright. Moving on to the second kind of question. Second kind of question is the question with question words. Alright, for this the example says, "Mother said to me, 'Where are you going?'" For this, the answer is, "Mother asked me where I was going." So the changes that we have made here are, again, said to has been changed into asked. Here, the pronoun has been changed, which was initially you. So mother was asking me, so you has been changed into I. Third change that we have made here is of the tense. That is, initially was in present tense, so present changes into past. Initially was are used in the sentence. For the reported speech, we are going to use was. Fourth change that we are going to notice is of the position of the helping verb. Initially, the helping verb was used before the subject. If you look up here, are was used before the subject, which was you there. In the reported speech, what do we do? We change the position of this helping verb and we bring it after the subject. So here in this speech, in reported speech, the subject is I. So I have used was after the subject. So we always change the position of the helping verb whenever we are making a change from direct to reported speech for such kind of questions. Alright. Now moving on to the third kind of question, which is the choice questions. For this, I told you earlier, for these kinds of questions again, we use the words if or whether to bring them into the reported speech. So the example for this one is, he said to me, "Do you prefer tea or coffee?" Answer for this one is, he asked me if I preferred tea or coffee. Now again, the changes that we have made here are, again, the said to has been changed into asked because it's a question that is being asked. So we are going to change the verb here. We are going to change it into asked. The addition of the word if or whether, it's up to you whether you wish to add whether here. That's again, it's all right. That's correct. Now again, the pronoun has been changed. Above it was you. Here we have changed it into I because he said to me. Now they are talking about me, so I'm going to change it into I. Here the verb was in present tense, prefer. Here I have brought it into past tense. Tea or coffee remains the same. And if you notice here in this example, the auxiliary, the word do, has been omitted when we have changed it into the reported speech, because that's what the rule says, that we do not bring down the auxiliaries into the reported speech. So that's how we change these questions into the reported speech. I hope the topic is clear to you people now. So we are going to check whether we have understood the topic here or not, or let's see if we can change these direct speech sentences into the reported speech or not. So changes that we are going to make here, let's just read out the sentence, what it says. Jamie said to Susie, do you like working in this organization? Before anything, we are going to check whether this question can be answered in yes or no, or what kind of a question is this. You're going to check that first. So, do you like working in this organization? Can this be answered in yes or no? Yes, this can be. Yes, I like working in this organization, or no, I don't like working in this organization. It can be either one. So, it can be answered in yes or no. So, for this kind of example, which additional words are we going to use? If and whether. Exactly. So, first change that we are going to make here is said to will change into asked. So the answer would be James asked Susie. So said to has been changed into asked. The additional words that we are going to use, if, do will be removed. It's an auxiliary, so we are not going to bring it down into the reported speech. If, you will be changed into first Susie. Which pronoun are we going to use? If, she. Like is in present tense, so for changing it into the direct speech, for the reported speech, we are going to change it into the past tense. So now the sentence says, James asked Susie if she liked working in. Now again, this word, this will change into that. That organization. So have you understood how did we change this example? Okay. For the second one, Mother said to me, what will you eat for dinner? Now here, which type of question is this? The question with the question words. So let's see, how are we going to change this one? Mother, again, said to will be changed into asked. Mother asked me. The question word remains the same. It does come into the reported speech. What? Now here, okay, I told you whenever we are changing such kind of questions, we change the position of the pronoun, the subject here. Alright? So, you, since mother was talking to me, so you will change it into I, and the subject will come first, then comes the helping verb. Now here the helping verb is in future tense, so for will we change it into would. What I would eat, the verb here will not change since we have already changed will into would. For dinner remains the same. We're not going to put the question mark, we're just going to end it with a full stop. So that's how we're going to change this one. Mother asked me what I would eat for dinner. That's how we change these question sentences into the reported speech. Here I end my topic. I hope you have understood the topic. Okay.